I am a commissioned lay minister here at the UU Congregation of Binghamton, and I want to tell you just a little bit about what that program is, because I'm willing to bet that 99.8% of you have no clue as to what that is. It is a program in the Central East region, which is one of 5 regions in the United States, part of the Unitarian Universalist Association. The program is meant for lay leaders who have served in a whole variety of different leadership roles in their congregation, and they want to take their leadership to a higher level, but they either don't want to or can't afford to go to seminary. So this is a sort of in-between program for those of us who are interested in that. The program typically takes 2 to 4 years to get through. It's sort of an experiential thing as well as an academic research program. People are commissioned by the congregation, not the UUA. So I can't move to, let's say Portland, Oregon, and be their commissioned lay minister, not without doing some more work. Every 3 years, the CLMs are required to be recommissioned by their congregation. And what that means is Douglas and I, the minister, and the CLM talk together and we come up with a new covenant, and the Board of Trustees and the CLM come together with a new letter of agreement. And to tell you a bit about that is Kate Thorpe, our president, and she's up front. I think you planned that.
As our commissioned lay minister, Jeff's role in this congregation, as he described and the board approved, is to oversee the technical outreach of our services and programs here, and to offer that kind of support and other kinds of support to the Cortland and Athens Shashequin congregations, our sister congregations. This new sound system that we're all experiencing here and online is just one of the perks of having Jeff as our CLM. Thank you for your invaluable ministry to us.
Thank you, all of you. In addition to connecting with this congregation, I, over the last several years, have connected with many people outside this congregation through the CLM program and the CLM council that administers the program. And a bunch of them are here in person and online, and I want to introduce them, my dear friends. First, Reverend Dr. Elaine Strawn. She is a retired UU minister in Wooster, Ohio. She is a spiritual director. She has a relatively new appointment with the Central East region, a temporary appointment there. She and I were the co-chairs of the CLM Council for several years until I stepped down earlier this year. Hi, Elaine. This is how I normally see Elaine, on Zoom. There is also each CLM belongs to a cohort, a very small number of people that meet usually monthly just to touch base, just to have a shoulder to cry on, to share experiences. And there are 5 of us in my cohort, and one of them you know very well, or at least most of you do, and that is Becca Berger, who is coming forward. This is Becca Berger. In addition to our work on the cohort, she has taken my place as co-chair of the CLM Council. Susan Odeski is here, and she is a CLM with the UU Fellowship of the Poconos. If you'll come up, Susan. Susan is one of only three CLMs in the country who is also the minister of her congregation. Yeah. The council had tons of conversations about that one. Karen Carnahan is a CLM with the Ginger Hill UU congregation in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. There she is. Hey, Karen. And then the last member of our cohort is Dr. Janice Marie Johnson. She is a CLM with the Community Church of New York. She is also the Director of Ministries and Faith for the Unitarian Universalist Association. And there's Janice. And Janice, you can't tell it from that image. She is joining us this morning from Jamaica. Okay, that got the best response yet. And now Janice is going to tell you a little bit about the cohort and what it's all about.
It is my joy and my honor to be a member of our 5-person cohort as faithful and faith-filled commissioned lay ministers. Jeff, Becca, Susan, Karen, and I meet monthly. We share our hopes, our fears, our concerns, our challenges, our joys, and all that is our lives. We give each other the gifts of deep listening. We consider carefully what each of us shares, and we reflect back with loving and caring intention. These gifts engender and embody the best of community. And for all of these gifts, we give thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
We wanted to do something a little extra, something special for Jeff this time through. The laying on of hands is a ritual that recognizes the way a person's ministry is found in relationship. It is done by the entire gathered assembly, symbolically by the congregation, joined together as one body. The Spirit moves through us all, and we all participate in the blessing of the Spirit. We begin by assembling ourselves. First, Jeff, come to the edge of the chancel stage with me now. And I invite Jeff's CLM cohort. Why don't you take a step down? You're tall. Okay. No, don't. Do not ever shrink yourself to fit an expectation of others. I invite Jeff's CLM cohort to join us. Place your hands on Jeff's shoulders or the shoulders of another who is linked by connection to where Jeff stands. And any of you who are joining online, place your hands near your camera to represent your participation. I next call our congregation's board president to come forward and join us, followed by any other board members who are present. You're invited to come forward now and participate in this. A hand on Jeff's shoulder or on the shoulder of another who is here with us. And finally, once all of those are here, I invite all friends and family and the congregation members as whole to join us. If you have a mobility challenge and are remaining seated, put your hand up and we'll find a way to include you. Otherwise, come forward and join the throng. Find a way to get connected to these shoulders up here. And once we are all connected, I will begin the ritual with the prayer. All righty. Come on up. A hand on a shoulder, a hand holding another hand. It's the connection that flows through us. And then we take a breath and we imagine our energy sharing into the line. Eternal Spirit, from whom all things come and to whom all things return, we gather in celebration of the lay ministry of Jeff Donahue. May blessings flow through our hands, and in his ministry may blessings flow through Jeff's hands. As Jeff Donahue serves to keep supportive connections strong through technology and through relationships, may he be reminded of the connections supporting him in his ministry and service. May he be empowered with the gifts of patience and grace. May his behind-the-scenes service and attention be seen and appreciated. May he know how meaningful his efforts are for those receiving the connections he creates, and may he remember with gratitude the loving touch of the communities surrounding him now in support of his supportive lay ministry. In the name of all that is holy, may it be so. Amen. And I invite you to return to your seats before we conclude with one last piece.
I'm going to conclude this ceremony with a reading written by my friend who you just met, Dr. Janice Marie Johnson. This is entitled We Covenant. Covenants are intentional. Covenants are audacious. Covenants are a promise that can change our lives together in this faith. Together we will be stronger. Together we will be wiser. Together we will be gentler. We promise to recognize our uniqueness, to treasure our faith, to honor our neighbors with holiness. We covenant to be committed to each other, to consider each as significant, to consider each as valuable. We covenant to be invitational, to be accepting, to speak grace-filled truth, to forgive each other over and over again. And yes, to love. Our covenant stands firm. It is our embodiment of faith in each other. It is our blessing of each other. It is our commitment to each other. May we hold this community as a precious gift. May we hold our relationships as gifts that transcend borders. May we carry forth the intention of our covenant, the audacity of our covenant, the promise of our covenant, now and in years to come. May it be so.